Good afternoon, good afternoon, good afternoon, or good evening, rather. How's everybody doing? Putting out more signs out in the yard. Let's see here, we got a sign coming. Gonna drive down real quick, make sure we still got everything. And yeah, we're putting our sign out. Putting our sign out in front of the house. Because why the fuck not? I own the property. I own it all, baby. All 2.7. It used to be 2.79 acres. Now it's 2.74. So they keep on nerfing my shit. Somebody does. Somebody does. I'll stop at my house really quick here. And I'm going to go to Michigan's Finest Cannabis Company in Wayne. I'll go there. And, yeah, get some signs up. Because it's election season. Now what? Killjoy. Now what? What do you mean, bro? Now what? What are you talking about, sir? What are you saying, buddy? Hold on a second. Give me a second. Give me just a second, my fellow American. All right, hello. Killjoy, now what? What you mean, homie? What you mean by that? Now what? Now you make like a banana and shit. No, I'm just joking. Don't do that, guys. Don't do that. Chilling in the neighborhood, Whitney Knoll. Chilling in the neighborhood. Chilling in the neighborhood. Killjoy, what up? What you mean by now what? What you mean by that, bucko? Talk to me. Talk to me. Talk to me nice. If you don't mind, I'd appreciate that. I would appreciate it very much. The Modern Philosopher 26. What up? I'm alright. Hope you're doing well. Where are you from, buddy? What part of the world are you from? Hopefully a better part of the world than where I'm from. I can't complain. Guys. Ain't nothing wrong with Wayne, not really. I mean, other than the government being idiots, other than that, ain't nothing really wrong with it. Let me see here. Where do I want to put this sign at? Yeah, maybe in this pile here. Let me see here. This leaf pile. Huh. Where do I want to put this motherfucker? Highly visible. I'm from Westland, actually. But yeah, the state of Wayne, Westland is atrocious. Westland's not that bad. I mean, it's not good. But I mean, Kevin Coleman, he's a real leader. You know, I mean, he ain't really my cup of tea, but he's better than John Racy, that's for sure. Holy shit. What a disaster that doofus is. Well, we're doing our part, guys. We're getting our signs put out here. Let me see here. Let me find a good spot. This motherfucker. There we go. Find a good old spot for her. Hopefully we're not hitting a bunch of rocks. Yeah, looks like we just hit one. There we go. There we go. I don't know if I want to move it. I don't know if that's a good spot or not. Or should I move it like right here? Oh, I mean, that's a good spot. That'll work. A little close to the road though. But it's got a good shoulder, so I'm not too worried about it. Maybe move it up just a hair though. Maybe move it up like right here, but yeah, should be good. Should be good. Yeah, I'm working on it. I'm working on it. Modern Philosopher 26. Yeah, definitely need a little bit of shake-up in the area, no doubt. No doubt. Hope to be that, hope to be that hope for people, I want people to feel inspired again, right? When they think about Wayne or Westland. Yeah, I want people to be inspired, man. I want people to have some enthusiasm about themselves, right? About where they live. I want people to take pride, man. But yeah, there ain't much to take pride in Wayne or Westland. Definitely Westland, for sure, has got more going on than Wayne does. But Westland's 5 times the size, but yeah, Wayne's just not it. And from what I've gathered throughout my time in Wayne, is Wayne has never really been it for a long, long time. Been a long time. So, yeah, I don't know. I'm just one man, but man, I mean, I'm really trying, guys. I like I said, I'm gonna order 100 more signs and trying to get them out everywhere. Just as many spots as I can, Be the first one out, first one out the gate, and just want to get through this primary. Assuming we can do that. We'll be in good shape. Wayne will be in a lot better shape because, I mean, really it's about highlighting the issues, right? I mean, which issues are important to people, and, which issues ultimately matter to people. I mean, that's really the key here. And I can tell you what, whatever's on that agenda, people are not too thrilled over. There's not much to be proud of, that's for sure. So, of course, try to change that best we can. Veteran, no salary, fix Wayne. That sounds about right. Sounds about right, must say myself. I think really the crime situation needs to be tracked. I've never felt less safe is because of soft on crime. Oh yeah, I mean that's a problem throughout Michigan. But yeah, that's definitely yeah, well, I mean, look at my situation, right? I mean, enforcing laws that don't exist against me, just throwing the books at me, right? me throwing the books and then some at me, right, for having a bonfire. But then, you know, as you said, right, people commit violent crime after violent crime and get a slap on the wrist every time, right? Especially if you're a female, right? Or if you're a certain demographic, then, you know, you just really, you get the kid gloves thrown at you. And it's really, yeah, it's really discouraging, right? To know that if and when you're the victim of a crime, if and when, you know, your perpetrator is unlikely to see any real jail time, and or none at all, right? So, you know, I agree, right? I mean, I want the police to, and I want the city attorney to fully prosecute felons, right? People that commit violent felonies, violent crimes in general, whether they be felonies or misdemeanors. I want those people held to the maximum penalty possible. But that's just not what happens, right? I mean, that's not what happens. What happens is this sort of, you know, kind of everything revolves around a plea bargain, and, you know, everything is just, you know, designed to be efficient, quick, and to get a quote-unquote win, right? And yeah, it's fucked up. Yeah, they just make, they pretty much expect it to be water under the bridge. I know all of Michigan isn't your demographic, but it starts with little victories like this. Yeah, I mean, I think my case, more than anything else, really kind of exemplifies what, if you stick up for your rights, you know, what they'll do to you, man. It's just malicious and vindictive, you know. And you know, I just hope that I inspired people to fight for their rights, you know, and to not back down, and, you know, to seek a higher purpose, you know, because it's so easy, right, to just go along to get along, right? It's so easy just to let them walk all over you and violate your rights, but when is enough enough? You know, that's the $1 million question. When is enough enough? And yeah, you got to celebrate the small victories. Not everything's going to be a slam dunk. You know, not everything's going to be a monumentous moment. Small victories matter, right? I mean, look at what James Freeman's going through right now. You know, look at James Freeman, and you know, look at, you know, say what you want about Mr. Chud, dumbass Chud the Builder, right? But prime example, right? I mean, attempted murder, $1.25 million bond, right? Carmelo Anthony, you know, stabs Austin Metcalf in the heart, $250,000 house arrest, right? So, I mean, the message couldn't be clearer to people, and yeah, I mean, there's no equality with sentencing. There's no, you know, there's a huge disparity between different groups of people, and we also have, you know, I mean, the pussy pass, right? It's unbelievable. I mean, female sentencing compared to male is a joke. I mean, it's disgusting. You know, not to say that I want to see women just locked away in a cage, right? I mean, that's not what I'm advocating here for, but I mean, I can't help but notice just the sheer level of disparity between, you know, male sentencing versus female. So, I mean, it's very telling. Very, very telling, no doubt. That's why I support you, because we need people who aren't on corporate image saving bullshit, and people who are willing to have the uncomfortable conversations. Oh yeah, I'm all about the uncomfortable. You know, I really am. I like to have tough conversations. I like to, you know, talk about things that are consequential, that people are actually interested in. Things that actually matter, right? I mean, what a crazy concept, right? But just things that actually, at the end of the day, actually fucking matter. Because there's a lot of things that really don't matter, and seems like all the focus is on the bullshit and not on the substance, right? The things that people actually genuinely care about. Those don't seem to be on the menu for whatever reason. We're not really sure. Well, I'm sure. I just, you know, can't help but notice. You know, I can't help but notice certain things. Just can't help but notice. But yeah, having the inconvenient conversations, those are definitely important. And those conversations don't get had enough. Or at all, really. I mean, they go out of their way to avoid having those conversations, because, you know, ultimately, you know, they don't want to rock the boat one way or the other, right? I mean, they want to make everything very sterile and vanilla, and, you know, they don't want to have any uncomfortable, thought-provoking, consequential conversations, because that, at the end of the day, it's risky business, right? Because, you know, people are going to take a side, and, you know, which is, I mean, that's just part of life, you know. I mean, not everyone's going to agree with you, and in fact, if you're trying to challenge the status quo, you're going to find a lot of times that the majority of people, at least initially, aren't going to agree with you. You know, and you got to be willing to accept it, right? And a lot of people just aren't. A lot of people, like I said, they want to play this kind of very sterilized, nerfed sort of pussy politics, right? That's what I call it, pussy politics, where we just talk about, you know, the low-hanging fruit, right? The safe bet, right? The neutral, positive news, right? Which is just speak for bullshit, essentially, right? Just straight up, unadulterated bullshit. So we, you know, at the very least, we want to spark an interesting conversation or debate. At the very fucking least. And I know, it's scary. It's scary to people, man. It says right here, let's read some comments. If people were to unite and stand together and actually question things, we would open up government's eyes and make them scared, because they won't have control over us. So it's the heck with the little game of battleship. Yeah, it's we the people, but we are fed things like animals. I call them we the sheeple. Yeah, I mean, I don't think the majority of people are sheep, but I think it's like 40%, right? This is how I kind of look at it. I think it's like 60-40. I think 60% of people get it, or we'll say 50-40, or 40-40, right? We'll say a better representations like 40-40, where it's like, you know, 40% of people are sheep, bootlickers, 40% of people get it, and then the other 20% are on the fence, right? That's ultimately what has to occur is, you know, people on both sides have to be willing to set aside their trivial differences for a moment, right? And really just focus on the bigger picture. But easier said than done, obviously. Easier said than done. Yeah, unfortunately, it just People just don't want to listen, right? I think for a lot of people, it's just overwhelming, right? A lot of people don't have the capacity to really think for themselves or to engage in critical, nuanced thinking, right? I mean, right? I don't think it's really taught in school anymore how to think critically and how to examine, okay, if I have two choices, it's really the lesser of two evils at that point, and I don't think a lot of people are willing to look at it that way. I think people, I don't agree on everything, or this one issue, right, that really doesn't have a whole lot of impact on their day-to-day life. But I mean, the problem is people vote for all sorts of stupid fucking reasons, right? I mean, people vote for people based on their gender, based on their race, based on their religion, based on some minute, trivial. I mean, I think it's trivial bullshit, right? Because if you're voting, right, you should vote for the best candidate who helps most people. And, not just promising free shit, right? Oh, yeah, we're going to just give everybody free shit and welfare. I mean, that's not, that's evil, right? That's just fucking pure evil. To try to induce, buy votes, essentially, right? Inducement. I mean, that is just pure evil. So, I just don't think people know how to think critically. People don't know how to think for themselves. I just don't want to see Wayne Westland turn into a little Chirac, but I guess that makes me racist, or like I'm speaking blasphemy. Yeah, basically anything that the, powers that be, right? Anything that they disagree with, well, it's racist, right? I mean, that's just, it's a way to shut down the conversation, right? It's a way to not have to engage in any sort of critical thought. And, it's just a way to bypass, right, the system, the process, right? The process is supposed to be robust, sharp debate, right? That's what the Constitution protects. Robust, sharp, lively debate, right? Well, as you in today's era, in today's world, it can cost you your life in some cases to speak your truth, or speak the truth, I should say, not your truth, but the empirical truth. It can get you killed in some ways. And yeah, I mean, I fully believe that the city of Wayne police, they want to kill me, right? I mean, they clearly have no issue falsely petitioning me into psych wards and maliciously prosecuting me and trying to keep me away from City Hall with punitive bond conditions that shouldn't even exist because they're not based on probable cause, right, of a crime being committed. They're just based on a fucking deck of cards, essentially. So, yeah, I mean, evil wins when good people say nothing, are too intimidated or too embarrassed or too scared, right? Their speech has been chilled so much, or it's called prior restraint, right? That's why retaliatory prosecution is so devastating, right, to a community, right? Because if you see your neighbor being maliciously prosecuted, it chills the speech of the community, the neighborhood, and the neighbors, and the chilling effect, right, creates prior restraint, which is the ultimate goal of, that's what the city of Wayne has been trying to do to me for quite some time. Is they're trying to force me into priorly restraining myself from talking about certain things, or acting a certain way, or bringing up certain topics. And that's what, ultimately it's led to, in some ways, right, it's chilled my speech, but not in the way they thought, right? People of normal demeanor, right? Most people, I'm an exception to the rule because of my background and I guess my genetics, my personality, whatever, what have you, my life experiences. So I'm a little bit of a different case, right? But generally speaking, an ordinary person would have either moved or shut the fuck up a long time ago, right? But I'm not an ordinary person, I guess. I am, but I'm not, right? I am just a human being like anyone else, but you know, I have a little bit more nerve or resolve, I should say, than most people, right? So it's a lot for me to be willing to, you know, wave the white flag, so to speak. So I don't know, you know, I'm just trying to give people an option, right? Trying to give people an option, give people choices, and a little competition never hurt nobody, so we'll see. We shall see. You know, I have a feeling that we're going to have all new city councilmen in Wayne. Definitely 2 out of 3, right? I see Lawrence and Quarles. I think it's a given that they're getting the fuck out of there. Brock, I don't know. I'm on the edge about him. Maybe he might have enough support, but I don't think so. Right? Everyone on that city council is just a flaming bag of hot shit, right? So hot garbage, right? So white trash. So I don't know. I don't know. I'm just 8-inch Vince. Ask your mom. She might know about me. No, I'm just joking. That's a joke. But yeah, I'm just a normal guy. You know, I'm just 8-inch Vince over here. I don't know much, but I know bullshit when I see it, though, guys. You know. Bullshit when I see it. I'm seeing a lot of bullshit in Wayne, Westland, all that area, you know. But Wayne takes the fucking crown. Wayne takes the crown on nigga bullshit. Takes the fucking crown. Because that's what it is, right? I mean, I'm half black and I have the First Amendment, so I can say whatever the fuck I want, just like anybody else can, but it's what it is, guys. It's nigga bullshit. Right? Ask Andre Williams. Look up on Facebook, YouTube, Andre Williams. He's from Detroit. He's a black man. A fully black man from Detroit. Ask him. Ask him about fucking nigga bullshit, right? Because Detroit's full of nigga bullshit. But City of Wayne, man, irredeemable at this point, in my preliminary amateur opinion. Now maybe I'll get in and get a more complete picture, and maybe it'll occur to me that there's hope, right? But I don't know, man. It's fucking, it's something, dude. It's fucking something. But I don't know. I don't think, as the current system is, I don't think it's really worth saving at this point. I think a fresh start is imperative. A fresh start is imperative in Wayne, Michigan. And that means every department head is on the chopping block. Every single one. If we're serious, right? That's the thing. If we're serious about turning Wayne around, fixing Wayne, every department head who takes money and doesn't reinvest it into the city, let's say, every single one, every person needs to be on the chopping block, right? Every head needs to be on the chopping block. If we're serious, right? If we're actually fucking serious. Which I know a lot of people are, but we'll see. We'll find out. We'll find out who's serious. Find out. We'll find out this election how many bootlickers there are and how many people are fed up and how many people are serious, right, about getting results. We'll see. We will see, guys. But like I said, you know, we're gonna keep running and running and running until we get a bite at the apple. But it's a poisonous apple. I don't think I want to bite. But I'd love to burn down the whole apple orchard, though. Because you all know I know how to start a fire. You guys know I was raised by an arsonist. I was raised by an arsonist. So I know a thing or two about getting fires started. And, yeah, you know, I'd love to burn down that poisonous orchard. So help me out. Help me do it. Help me fucking do it, guys. Because Lord knows I will. Lord knows I fucking will. Or die trying. Because, you know, some things are bigger. Some things are bigger than your life, right? And I think this is one of them. I think, you know, it's time to set an example for the rest of the world, for the rest of the state, for the rest of the county, right? That we don't have to live like this. We don't have to put up with this shit. We don't have to support this just catastrophic bullshit. We don't have to put up with it. Like we can have nice things. We can live the good life. We can have an abundance of wealth and prosperity and success, and nobody has to go without. Everybody can eat, right? Everybody can have a place in this society, right? And it's not that big of a society, Wayne, is it? You know, it's a small little city, and there's things that we can do collectively. It doesn't cost us money, a little bit of our time, a little bit of our fucks, right? We got to give a few fucks, but that's really it, right? Just got to get a couple of your fucks away, and we can all have what we want, right? But you know, people got to stop being scared. People got to stop being intimidated. I know it's hard, but like I said, you know, I'll fall on the sword, and I will only ask that you guys pick me up, right? At least pick up my corpse and get it safely home to my family. That's all I ask. And, you know, of course, I'm talking metaphorically, of course, so symbolism, if you will, metaphorically speaking, right? So I love my wife, love my family, love my country, love my community, love myself, love my Creator, Jesus Christ, Yahweh, and I'm not suicidal, I'm not homicidal, I'm not in any sort of active psychosis, and yes, I 100% believe, based on the history, right? Based on the long history that the City of Wayne talks about or acknowledges, the City of Wayne Police Department. I believe wholeheartedly they're trying to kill me. The Wayne Police Department and the City of Wayne Department heads in general have conspired to keep me in jail. They've conspired to violate my civil rights. I mean, it's abundantly obvious. I mean, we have literally every department from May 9th, right? Every department violated my rights during this case. From May 9th to April 30th, right? So 51 weeks of basically every department had. I mean, fire department, obviously, police department, obviously, city hall, DPW, 29th District Court, right, with all of their ROA, Register of Action inaccuracies, and all of their omissions. Judge Brita O'Leary, Kerry Miller, Michael Bosnick. I mean, it's essentially, Fire Marshal Jeremy Schneider. I mean, all the city council. So I don't know, city clerk. They've all conspired to violate my civil rights, and it's kind of like to the point to where it can just be inferred just based on the sheer amount of deliberate indifference, right? I mean, because that's ultimately what they've shown, is just a complete indifference to my civil rights, a complete indifference to the truth, right? No articulation of probable cause for a crime, and yet I'm set in jail without a bond month after month after month, with months of house arrest in between, right? So, I mean, just a deliberate indifference, complete indifference to the truth. The withholding exculpatory evidence for months and months and months and months and months, right? Just, outright defying discovery orders and discovery preservation orders, right? I mean, we can make a pretty decent inference, right, based on just all of that, and the fact that it's so many department heads, right, and so many different departments implicated. I mean, you tell me what else it could be. The city of Wayne, of course, they're going to say it's all just one big. Oh, and the building department too. I almost forgot Bob Watson in the building department. So, they of course, right, the city of Wayne, they're going to say, well, it's just a big coincidence, right? It's just a massive coincidence that all of these things happened since Mr. McFarland, right? A month after he moved to Wayne, his house was broken into by the fire department. And then it was broken into, well, he was charged with a crime as it was broken into on January 9th, or May 9th, 2025. Pretextual, right? We're going to charge you with interference if you don't put the fire out. Well, that's not a lawful order, so. And of course, no one ever interfered with anybody, right? I mean, you're literally on your knees with your hands up, but they're saying in the report that you're roaming around in the yard and that they felt like you could be a threat or something, right? And you're just like, okay. So, could be a threat, is a threat, okay? Roaming around in your yard even though you're not. But again, a property owner who owns almost 3 acres of land is not allowed to roam around in their yard. That's potential interference, right? Right. So the police report and the fire report says potential interference, right? That's what it describes, right? Just a general verbal disagreement, and somehow that was, articulated into. Well, it never was articulated into interference, but somehow that became interference, right? Even though it was all pretextual, because the fire report, says what it says, right? That they were ordered to do this by, Jeremy Schneider, the fire marshal. So you're just like, that's just very, very interesting. Very interesting. It's all very interesting. It's all just one big coincidence. You're crazy for noticing. Yeah, that's pretty much, the gist of it, right? You're crazy for noticing, and how dare you, right? How dare you pay attention? How dare you give a shit? How dare you notice the obvious, right? How dare you not just, do what we say, peasant, right? I mean, how dare you, right? How dare you have a mind of your own and have sentience, right? How dare you be a sentient being, right? You're just supposed to bow down, lick the boot, toe the line, right? Lick the boot, toe the line. If you don't do that, lick the boot and toe the line, and you'll be just fine. Or end up like McFarland, or John Zook Jr., or Anthony Miller, or Mark Blackwell, or Christopher Sanders, right, for that matter. End up like any of them, right? Don't toe the line and bend the knee and suck the boot. Well, find out, right? Find out. So that was the message that I received, and so many others have received in Wayne, Michigan. The retaliatory, a history of retaliatory behavior towards political critics, right? Outspoken critics of the government in Wayne. Right? Anthony Miller was a former councilman, and we saw what happened to him. And Mark Blackwell, he was maliciously prosecuted for, nothing, right? For speaking out. And, it's just so strange how easy it is to catch a case in Wayne, Michigan, right? I caught a case in my backyard just minding my own business, right? Just so strange, like how that works. But it's just all coincidence, right? That everyone who speaks out against Wayne is in some way, shape, or form, either they end up dead, right? Like John Zook Jr., or they end up in jail, of course, without any sort of, probable cause to be in jail. Just rotting away in jail for wrongthink. And I don't know, guys. I mean, I hope the people of Wayne have had enough abuse, right? I mean, if my case can't really if my case can't highlight enough outrage to get people to the polls, then, boy, I don't know, man. We're in trouble as a society. But I just hope we have a higher turnout. And I hope we have a high turnout, and I hope people show up angry and motivated, and willing to do what it takes, which is just cast your vote for one man, DeVincent McFarland. And I would say, just to be on the safe side, Mulholland's not going to have any issue. I'm not saying don't vote for him, because he's the only one up there that I have any support for, right? But Mulholland is he's not lacking in votes. He's going to be just fine. He's going to definitely be in the top 3. I think he's going to be number 1 myself, but that's just me prediction. But I know you don't want to dilute your vote, and I think we need to ensure that I win, obviously, and we need to ensure that I win. And if we do that, we'll be all right. But yeah, definitely need to get 3 new people in, which I think Mulholland's a shoo-in. Mac or Roshan, I don't know them personally. I've reached out to both of them. Haven't received any response, so I don't know. So not that I'm taking offense to it, because I understand, right? People are busy, they have a life. Or sometimes people just simply don't want to get involved, right? For whatever reason, I get it. I'm not at all bitter about it, but without actually speaking to them both personally, it's hard for me to endorse one or the other. But I think Mulholland is a solid choice. I don't think you can go wrong with that. But like I said, I don't think he's going to have any issue. I think he's going to be just fine based on his family's name recognition alone, based on, you know, the fact he's a known commodity. So I would say just vote for me, Vincent A. McFarland, so you don't dilute your vote, and ensure that the truth gets on the ballot, the truth gets on the council, and that's ultimately what we need to do, man. And if we do that, we'll be I don't know, we'll be in a better place than what we were, where we're at now. I don't know where all we're going, but it's going to be better than what we got now. Like I said, we'll see what transpires. Because it's hard to predict the future, guys. It's hard to predict what's going to happen. Nobody knows, right? If someone tells you, oh, this is what's going to happen, they're full of shit. But I have a reasonable certainty that if you put me on the council, guys, and you allow me to have a chance, I will get better candidates on the ballot. I will get a team of people that are willing to do what's necessary for the greater good of our community. So not asking for much, just asking for your vote of confidence. That's it. And maybe let me hang a sign out in your yard. And yeah, guys, we'll be all right. We will be all right. That I can tell you. We'll be heading in the right direction. Let me put it that way. Heading in the right direction. And that's all we can do. All we can do is tread in the right direction. Just need you to trust the process, guys. That's all. Huh. Damn. Nice ass shoe right there. Just hanging out at Sierra, going to check out some things, seeing what they got. Got a couple of nice things. Couple of nice pair of shoes, but nothing I ain't seen before. Nothing I ain't seen before. Always looking for new products to post on the store, and we're going to be revamping Disabled Vet Source here. revamping it. Add more listings and drawing more traffic and what else can we do, guys? Kind of light right now. I ain't got a lot of stock. Ain't got a lot of inventory right now. But yeah, we'll let you go, guys. We will talk to you again soon. Stay safe out there, guys. Crazy, crazy world. It ain't really getting any better, to be honest. I mean, not really. Yeah, we'll talk soon.